Hi guys.
Here's the quick surprise that we have for you. You guys don't know the name of the podcast.
Mm-mm, you don't.
I worked on it for like a solid 1 minute, bro, and I think it's fire. Ready? Are we ready?
Do we need drum rolls?
Okay, go. Okay.
Go.
The name of the podcast is...
Do we say it together?
Okay.
Okay,
3,
wait.
2, 1.
Wait, I forgot it. I forgot it. Oh, I remember.
Okay, ready? The name of the podcast is... 3, 2, 1.
Mariachisme.
Okay, I'm done. Okay.
You guys suck.
Because you guys got it because... Okay. I think it's kind of fire.
Shut up.
This is the very first episode of Mariachisme inside of Emilio's room. We're a big production over here. My name is Albert Reyes. To my left, I got my sister right here.
Woo, Jasmine.
Why are you so cool?
Jasmine.
Okay. And to my right...
Oh, Emilio.
Boo.
To my right?
Exactly.
Okay. And this is a podcast for mariachis from mariachis. You guys feel me?
No.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I kind of wanted to talk about how you guys got into mariachi because I genuinely I know
We don't
you
know.
a little bit. I know you a little bit, but I don't know you at all. And I think both of you are first generation mariachis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of weird.
That's
to me.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
kinda,
insane.
How do you just become a mariachi?
Right.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
What came to mind when you just saw your instrument? Was like, okay, let me start practicing.
Mhm.
Like, what got you to do it?
For me, at least, I never actually picked the violin to learn first. The first instrument that I learned to play was the guitar. However, it was more like finger style rather than actual chords because I had to learn how to play "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." I still remember this 'cause I actually knew how to read notes on the guitar back then, but I forgot now. I don't because it was a while ago.
We
Probably
wish
why,
you.
Probably also why. So, after I started playing guitar, I had a friend who was in this program called Corona Youth Music Project. I had no idea what it was, but his dad talked to my dad one day about getting me into it because I grew up being in a bunch of programs. I was always doing something. It was either a soccer team or it was like an after school program. I was just basically always busy. So my parents, as soon as something ran out, they looked for the next thing that I could be part of. So my dad one day just takes me to this building called Amcor, in which it was like just kids in a group in a circle, and there was no instruments. It was literally just playing on buckets.
Playing the drums.
Dun, 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 dun.
I guess so.
Were they Home Depot buckets?
Yeah, they
Were
were
just
actually.
like-
the
Yo,
orange ones.
really?
It was the orange. Home
They
Depot
were
buckets.
poor. Yo. You'll be the ting.
Okay.
Dung, 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 dung.
Okay, go.
So from there, they taught us rhythms. They taught us a lot of things before we actually picked up an instrument, which I think was very helpful.
Really?
And then, like a year later, after I joined the program, we actually got donations for the program to get instruments. And actually, I wanted to learn how to play a brass instrument. Like I wanted to play primarily a trumpet. But like I said, they never gave me an option. It was just one day they had us line up in the gym, and then as we were getting closer to the front of the line, the teacher was just handing out instruments. And then next thing I knew, I had a violin in my hands. So I was like, what do I do with this? So like I said, I never had a choice. And then I started playing violin. I guess I was good at it. And as time progressed, I grew to love the music because since it was an orchestra, it was classical music. It wasn't mariachi yet. Mariachi didn't come into my life until maybe like 2016, 2017. I started playing violin in 2010. So it was probably like 6-7 years later. So anyways, one of the things that my parents made me do a lot too was be a chambelán for quinceañeras. So
Oh yeah, I remember when. Look,
Vanessa had one.
Yo, he showed us a video of him being a chambelán in like a quinceañera, and then like as he was dancing, the mariachi was there. Like Leo was there and stuff like
Really?
that. Yeah, and he sent us a
Yeah.
video. To
But
the
did you
chat.
know them?
No,
I didn't. It
That's
was
crazy.
So back then, and your dad is in the video.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
That's
he's in
crazy.
That's
He sent it to
insane.
the chat, and he said, "Isn't it crazy how like a
Life
few
works,
years after that, I started playing with alongside these guys." I
Wow.
think it's
Yeah.
pretty far. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well, in that time, well, my mom would go and get the tuxedos that was needed for the quinceañeras, right? Because you needed to be in a tuxedo to be a chamadan. So my mom was walking past the street and she overheard kids playing music, and then she was curious, and then she found out that it was a kid mariachi group called A Mi Corazón. So this group was like maybe like 2 blocks away from where I lived, and my mom rushes home. Well, first she asked the people that were in charge if she could bring me over to like try out and or just practice with them, and then they were like, yeah, bring him. So my mom runs home. It's really funny because I was on my PS4 playing that day. You know, I was minding my business, and my mom comes in and she's like, "Oh my God, there's a group of kids that are playing mariachi. Like, I want you to go." Like, I asked them if you could play with them, and they said yes. And so, get your violin, let's go. So normally, I'm able to talk myself out of these situations, with just my mom being there. But for some reason, I guess it was just meant to be. My dad happened to be home from work that day. He didn't work. I don't remember why, but my dad was sleeping and he heard the word mariachi, group of kids. He woke up and then he was like, grab your violin. I don't care if you want to go or not. We're going. So we went. And
so your parents supported you on that? Like, are they the ones who brought you to music?
They kind of forced me more than... I don't know if supporting is the right word.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, you were pushed to that.
Yeah, I was just pushed into it.
Yeah.
No, I was extremely against it.
Oh.
For I don't remember how long. Because my dad always wanted me to be mariachi. He always wanted me to branch out into other music genres, not just orchestra. Me personally, and I don't like trying new things because that's just the way I am. I'm kind of better at it now, I guess, but not as much. But yeah, I went to the practice like freaking frowning and mad and everything. And they used to tell me this all the time. The other kids that were in that group told me that when I got there, they thought it was the teacher that they were expecting a teacher to get there that day, and they thought it was me. Yeah. Because apparently I look
really old.
Yeah, apparently, I guess I looked really old. But they also told me that I looked super tight when I got there. So I was like, I was tight, very, very mad when I got there.
Tight. Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyways,
can confirm.
Yeah.
very okay.
So, anyways, so I continued in that group for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Not the actual teacher of that group was a well-established mariachi within the community already, and because of my classical training that I had before, it was easier for me to learn the songs because he had to learn the songs by ear. It wasn't like he would give a sheet music and then read it, which was what I was used to. This was the first time where my ear was really put to test, and then he would, play the songs on his trumpet for me, and I would have to learn it on the violin and then reteach it to the violins. And he noticed that, and I guess, he told me early on, he was like, you're like ready to go gig already. You just need to learn more songs, and then whenever you feel like it, just give me a call, and then I'll take you to go gig. Well, I lasted in the group, like I said, like a year and a half, like 2 years almost. And then my dad was actually the one that was like, okay, you know what? You're ready. You need to start making money off of this. You're pretty good. You need to, branch out. I was against that.
Were you singing at that point?
Yeah, I was already singing.
When did you start singing?
Yeah.
So I actually...
Because you told me once that you weren't singing before.
No, I never.
If you can sing, then does your dad know how to sing?
Okay, so my dad, I know for a fact that my dad used to sing at one point. Oh. However, my dad worked as demolition for a lot of time throughout his life, and because he was always around all that dust, messed up his voice.
Dust?
So now, from the demolition and everything. He likes to brag. Tells me that Javier Solis songs were like his main thing, and like inigualables. I'm like, okay. But I always just joke around with him. But he was actually the one that first taught me how to play guitar. And
so he already had kind of a notion of the mariachi.
Yeah, no, he wanted me to be a mariachi from way before I was even a mariachi. He actually I was about to join one of the mariachi academies here in New York before I even became mariachi. So that's actually a little funny thing. For some reason, he never pulled the trigger on it. He never took me. But if he wanted to, he really would have. Well, anyways, so the whole singing thing, I never really sang before, or I never really thought to myself that I knew how to sing. Mm-hmm. I would sing at home when I was doing like chores. I like Pedro Fernandez. That's probably why my very first song that I ever sang was El Aventurero. And then
no one, Rafael.
And then at one point I joined the choir. Again, my parents just had me doing a bunch of stuff. One of those things that I put like into guitar was at a choir at church, and that's where I started singing more. I did realize that I was kind of loud because I remember at a practice, I guess I was being so loud. I guess I was being so loud to the point where like there was this my sister's friend was kind of like looking at me, kind of like I guess kind of laughing. I actually felt
so from the get-go you weren't really shy about singing.
The thing is, I am shy. I'm a shy person, but like if I have to if I have to do it, like I guess I'll have to. I'll just go for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't the main center of attention in the group choir because we had a person that
Center.
What did I say?
Censor.
Oh really? I didn't even catch that.
Because you're dumb. You both are dumb.
Very true. Okay. So you know, I didn't have to worry about people looking straight at me when I sang. When there was a teacher that I think you are familiar with, Maestra Yolanda, that pulled up to the practice one day, and she had us
she's always blinged out.
She just
facts.
Right?
Wait, sorry, Emilio.
Yo, yeah, facts.
Sorry, let me give me a second. She came to
our
our house to see Papi Ramon. Hermano, she looked like $3,000, bro. She came in with a black outfit and like
she had $3,000 in one finger,
like like gold chains, mad rings. Her nails were long and done. Like her eyeshadow was like,
yeah. Give it some time and I'm a jumper.
Like literally, it's called Mariachisme for a reason, bro.
So I didn't really start singing in the group of mariachis because the only songs that we really played was La Culebra, which doesn't have any lyrics. Cielito Lindo, which I knew the lyrics, but I didn't know it enough to actually start singing. And then I forgot there was another song, but I always forget what the third song is. Well, anyways, Maestra Yolanda.
De Colores?
No, it was not De Colores. Because believe it or not, no, it wasn't Canta Canta either. Or,
La Cucaracha.
No. Yeah,
that's always
that one. Yeah. I guess those are like all the basic ones. Yeah. So Maestra Yolanda pulls up to a practice one day. They hired her to go teach us to sing. Anyways, so she has us work on our solfeo, you know, do re mi fa sol la si do. She has us like vocalize with do re mi fa sol la si do, right? And then at the end of practice, she has us pick one of her songs that we sing. Now I have never sang before, right? So I'm just like, what am I gonna present? So then I remember I'm like, you know what? I know the lyrics to El Aventurero. I don't know how it goes. So she had a speaker and she would put karaoke. So then she said, so what song are you gonna sing? So I was like, all right, I'll do El Aventurero. So I sang it, and again, that was the first time that I ever sang in front of everybody, in front of all the parents were always there at the practices because they were, you know, supervising their kids. And then I started singing, and then everybody started clapping. They're like, oh my god, he sings, he knows how to sing and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, like, I mean, I didn't think anything of it because I've always just done it, and I never knew if I knew how to sing or not, supposedly. I listened to the videos back then, and it's just like, I definitely did not sing. I don't know why they were clapping. Well, anyways, so after that, I guess it kind of gave me a bit more confidence in terms of singing, and I just started learning new songs. So now we fast track back to my dad calls the trumpet guy. His name is Tito. I thank him for everything where I am right now because he's literally the reason that I am where I am now. But he, my dad called him, and then that same weekend he took me to work. He kept his promise, and he took me to work, and from there I just started gigging with him, and you know, I learned repertoire. I met a bunch of people through him, and then you know, I am where I am now because of him. And I grew to love the music of mariachi. Before, like I said, I didn't want anything to do with it because I just was a very close-minded person in terms of classical music. But now it's just like mariachi is like literally taken over my life. You know, I make my money off of it, and I enjoy doing it. So I don't think there's anything better than being able to make money off of stuff that you love. So it's a very long story.
And I want to emphasize a little bit more that I think it's kind of crazy because he became not to gas you up or anything, but you actually like legit became like a really solid mariachi that everybody can, like everybody can rely on and shit like that. But also I wanted to ask you about I'm gonna bleep his name out because I don't want to bleep, but or unless you don't want to. But I wanted to ask you about when did you like go around with Alvaro?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's also thanks to Tito. So basically, it was a Saturday that we were working, And usually when you so in the business, right, that we're in, we'll have the leader of the group will tell you how many gigs we have the day of, and you'll just go. You don't really question it. You're just like, okay, well, we have this amount of hours. We're gonna go here, here, and here, and let's just go. So we go. So I never knew that we were gonna go with Alvaro that day until the day of. So we had a gig like towards the end of the day. It was Tito just like drops it on me. Now I had heard these names before. Mariachi Tapatio. I had heard Mariachi.
The sauce.
I had heard.
Thank you, Tapatio.
Don't copyright us. I had heard all these like names: Ramon Ponce, Alvaro Paulino, and all this stuff.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. So obviously me back then. When I'm new to this, you're just like, whoa, you listen to all these names, and then you see how recognized they are throughout the city. You're just like, damn, like I'm just starting out. So when is it that I'm finally gonna get the chance to play with these groups and stuff like that? Anyways, so like I said, the day of that Saturday, Tito tells us, oh yeah, so the gig before the last one, we're gonna go play with Alvaro, and I was like, what? And I was just like, no, literally, I know it sounds funny, but I was like the Alvaro. So I'm thinking like, holy crap, I just joined this whole stuff. Like, how is he already taking me to go play with a group like Alvaro's?
No way.
Right. So I was like, oh my god. And this was the first time that I was about to go with a group that was not the 4 people that I was worked with. Mm-hmm. So I was like nervous. I was like, holy shit. It's actually funny because I have a memory in my phone where I saw Alvaro and it was just like, that's him. And then I actually took a picture of him and I was like,
he's such a great
the Alvaro.
I was like I can't believe like I'm actually about to play for the first time. So we went to the gig. We actually so we joined groups because he was gigging with his own group, and then he called Tito to bring his people to form one big group because the client needed a big group. So that's the reason that we went to play with him. So the gig went. I actually sang that day, which I wasn't planning to doing, but they had me sing El Pastor because they asked for it, and I was the only one who knew it, so I sang it. So before the actual gig started, we were waiting to go in because it was like a salon. And then
were you nervous?
Yeah, I was super nervous, and then
you pooped your pants.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
How old were you? How old were you?
Well, yeah, 78 now, but back then.
Man, old for no reason, bro.
Anyways, so before the gig starts, like I said, we're waiting.
How old were you? Because I actually don't know. Because you're young. You're still young, bro.
I was like 17.
And you pooped your pants?
Wait, no, it's such an ugly ass.
17, 18. I was around that age. So I'm talking to him because he actually approached me. He's like, hey, what's your name? And I told him my name, and he's like, do you usually work with Tito? And I was like, yeah, he's the one that he's the one that I'm working with basically. And he's like, how long have you been playing? And he just basically started asking me like a bunch of my questions about myself, and I was like, and in my head I'm like, oh my god, because I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna say? He's gonna realize that I don't have a long time in this thing, and he's Alvaro was in Sol de Mexico for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, he played in Sol de Mexico, so Jose Hernandez was his teacher at one point. Because Jose Hernandez knows like the instruments, all the instruments. But he knows how to play violin, and I heard he's really good at violin too, from what I've heard.
That's crazy, bro.
The thing is, from quoting Edwin, when it comes to music, Jose Hernandez is a genius, like actually, because he's composed a lot of like songs like Rey de la Huasteca.
Really?
He composed Rey de la Huasteca.
Are you? Oh yeah, I know that. I remember I went to Target and I bought her magazine. Oh no, he bought the magazine, and then
they were there, right?
Yeah, and then when I turned the page, Jose Hernandez was right next to Selena. Yeah. That's crazy. When I saw him, I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god, Linda Rosen is like my idol. Okay, continue.
It's actually funny. I heard a story that apparently Linda had trouble holding long notes.
Really?
Yeah. So what Jose Hernandez did was that he would edit over her voice and make it longer. Basically.
Oh yeah.
Digitally. He would digitally loop it.
He would
digitally make it longer.
I kind of had like a conspiracy about that because every time I would hear Los Laureles, you could hear she goes but she does it for like 2 seconds and then she stops. Laureles, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
To be fair, like Forte wasn't really mariachi.
Yeah.
Like rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally never knew that she had an accent when it came to like singing until like way later on. I'm just like, wait, yeah.
Is she the one that doesn't know Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that's what got her kind of like there.
Yeah.
That's what got her like there.
Yeah.
Like whenever I think of Linda Rosen, I don't think of like, oh, she did rock music. I'm
She's
like,
like Selena.
yeah, basically like
Selena wasn't really known for. Like now she's known for like her cumbias and stuff like that, but she was like before it was.
She did like R&B
like
and
Texas,
stuff.
like Tex-Mex music.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay. Well, back to the thing. So if you actually listen to the way that Alvaro talks, he talks exactly like Jose Hernandez talks. Like literally, if you put a video of them and you blindfold
like,
yourself, you won't hear a difference because he talks like them. And he tries to present himself a lot like Jose Hernandez too. So
and the trumpet, like Jose Hernandez plays trumpet. Alvaro tries to play trumpet now, but his forte is in trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No, he did try to transition. Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, so yeah, basically, you know, he was explaining to you what the whole like thing with Alvaro is. Yeah, so like his dad, Alvaro Paulino Sr., had one of the first mariachis here in New York, just like your grandpa did, with Real de Mexico, right? So that's also why he's very well known from like way back.
No, it's the thing that I'm actually kind of proud of is that Pepe Ramon was like OG, like they're OGs.
Yeah,
but then Pepe Ramon is like, he was like one of the first to come to New York and then like came out on newspapers. That's why they got all those newspapers like hung up.
No
and shit
wonder.
Like that. Yeah, that's why a lot of the clients know them as like the OG mariachi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of Pepe Ramon, which is actually I'm pretty happy about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to me meeting Alvaro. So from there, like I said, he starts asking me these questions. We played the thing. He took down my number. He was like, I'll be calling you later on. So I was like, oh crap. You know, I guess I passed the test.
We made it.
So not long after that, I forgot when the gig was, but I remember it was starting to get cold. Not long after that came the parade for desfile in Pesek, I think it was, in New Jersey. So, anyways,
you know the story, right?
So,
I don't think she knows.
I don't know what story.
We'll get to it right now. So basically, so I get there, and this is my first gig with Alvaro, and this is the first time that I'm seeing a bunch of other musicians, and I'm like looking at the musicians, I'm like, holy shit, you know, they know what they're doing. It was one of the first times I played with Marlo. One of my main teachers, Edwin, and one of closest friends, Edwin, was also there. It was the first time I met him. He didn't really talk to me because we didn't know who I was. That's fair. Me being new to this whole thing, right? I'm not going to lie. I came to this thing and I'm just like, you know what? I'm in the best group here in New York. Who cares who else is behind me in these floats with all these other mariachis and stuff like that, right? So I'm just like, he's like, they're all like here, but you know, everybody's here for Mariachi Tapatío. Because again, I was into this not knowing any of this, right?
He still believed that too. That's crazy.
So we finished the desfile, right? We get off the floats, and this is the first time that I'm hearing about the rivalry with Ramon Ponce.
Ooh.
And it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's really
kind of fun to follow.
Ponce with who?
Junior with Alvaro.
With Alvaro?
Yeah,
they have a rivalry.
Yeah. But it's kind of it's like a kind of like Cold War. It's like kind of like the Cold War. How nobody says anything.
Yeah.
But it's 100%.
But it's there. It's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because so we're walking down the street, right? We were in all black, and then from across from the other side of the street, viene some mariachis that are in full white.
No.
Oh my god!
And I'm seeing, yeah, and then I start hearing people behind me. They're like, duelo de titanes, duelo de
En la madre.
Yeah, he's like duelo de titanes, right? But Alvaro was like leading the pack. He was all in the front, and I was like in the back. And then in the front, leading the other pack is Ramon Ponce Jr.
Oh, frick!
So they come,
yo,
they meet in the middle, and they shake hands, right? And then they're just like talking and catching up, I guess. But then everybody's like telling me around here, like in my ear, like I'm like asking like what's going on, and they're like, oh, pues no ves que está Ramon Ponce Jr. there, and then I put two and two together. I'm like, okay, so I guess this is the rivalry.
It's like a thing.
Yeah, so I guess it's a thing. So I thought it was really funny because, like I said, the whole imagery with us being in all black and them being with all white, and then the whole mariachi, his group is behind him, and then his Alvaro's group is behind him, and they're like meeting. So it's almost like
that
gang
sounds
war.
like a movie.
Like a movie, right?
Yeah, it's perfectly illustrated.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys are gonna have like a Did you guys do like a mariachi battle?
Like
the battle of the mariachi bands?
The battle of los charros.
No.
No?
I wish, but no.
That would have been so fire.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool.
And then I noticed that the other floats are finishing because the parade hadn't finished yet, but they were all reaching the end of the parade. So I look to the left, and on that float, I see Albert. I see Cruz.
Yeah.
I see his
Cruz?
Dad. I see Juanito.
What's one?
El perro, Juanito.
He was with us?
Yeah.
And I don't remember that.
And I see Chuy. So it was just five
was
of
that?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
How old are you?
On violin.
I don't remember. I think I must have been like around 4. How old were you?
I was like 17, 18. So you're probably
19.
like
20-ish, 19.
That was
Yeah,
this was recent.
We've only known each other for a little bit.
For like we were talking about that today.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
We were asking. We were like, when did we like meet you guys?
It's only been a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been
So, anyways, I am very weird when it comes to meeting new people.
Okay. Anyways, this is where I come in. Okay,
this is where you come in. Go ahead.
Because I was on my little
give your
float.
first.
I was on my
give
little
your
float,
first.
right? And then so like I'm a pretty
Get to the point.
reserved person, right? I'm a pretty reserved person. Like I don't really like making too many like new friends or whatever the fuck, right? But for some reason that day, well, like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to like people, bro. Like you know what I mean? If there's people around and they're all mariachis, we all know what we're doing, so I'm gonna talk to them, right? So whatever. I get out of the freaking the float. I get off the float, and I remember I see someone similarly aged, right?
That looks exactly like me.
Almost like me, bro. A little bit taller, right? Very
Way
handsome,
skinnier back then,
right? And I was like,
No facts. You were fucking. You were fat.
Okay, right? So I was like, you know what? That's a perfect candidate, right? Everybody was talking. I remember like in that meeting when everybody, all the gang members came together, right?
The Crips, the Bloods.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This guy, he was alone. He was in the corner, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk up to him, bro, right? So I remember he was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go. And then I walked up to him, and I remember being like, yo, what's up? And he's like. Like that, like he just like bien cortante.
What the frick?
Yeah, like bien cortante, bro. And I was like, yo, my name's Albert. And he's like, oh yeah. I don't remember what you said, but I remember it was like not anything about anything.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually so now that you mentioned that. So all my life, no, listen.
It all started.
Yeah, no, literally.
I was born in 1922.
Literally. I always have struggled with pronouncing my name. When it came to singing.
Hi, my name is Emilio.
I was always
Emilio?
Okay, see, everybody makes it so easy, but literally, elementary school, middle school.
So how would you say it? Like, how would you say it?
I didn't know how to say it. That's the point.
Okay, so
like back then, I was just like, holy shit! Like, how do I actually say my name? If I say
still get that right now because
Spanish,
I don't know if it's Albert. Like in Spanish.
No, but I mean
like Albert.
Fine,
it's like, oh, ¿cómo te llamas? Albert. Like it's just like you kind of gotta give it
that one flows off. I think that one flows off the tongue a little bit easier though. Okay. Albert.
I just say Jasmine. Yeah.
Or Jasmine or Jasmine.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
But I always thought, I have such a freaking Mexican ass name, Emilio. Mm-hmm. So if I see that in Spanish when somebody asks me, all the other kids are gonna be like, the ESL kid, right? So I'm just like, oh my god, I gotta know how to say it in English, and I'm just like, how the fuck do I say it? And I always became so self-conscious because I always changed up how I said it. I was always like Emilio or Emilio with an A because some people used to call me with Emilio with an A. So I was like, okay, I guess maybe that's how people are gonna recognize me with an A. So I would do it with an A. So I'd be like Emilio. So when people would come up to me and be like, hey, what's up? My name is Albert. I was like that day, I was just like,
I'm people.
Yeah, I was just like.
When people named Albert would come up to me.
I think I was just like, hi, my name is Emilio, but it sounded mumbled because I didn't know.
I remember just thinking like, bro, I'm never socializing ever again, bro. Because the first person I walked up to, and it was like, dude, do I stink or something?
Okay.
He just like completely.
To be fair. You made the resolve of meeting new people. I didn't.
Wait, can we wait? Can we reenact it? You be Emilio.
I don't remember how I went up.
Just you reenact it.
Yeah. Okay. Just imagine it was like broad daylight.
Yeah.
All the mariachis are there.
Yeah, and I'm just like looking the other way.
It's kind of cold. It was cold, right?
Yeah.
I remember because my vihuela was out of tune, and I remember I was playing a song, and I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, and I was just like looking around, like seeing if I recognize anybody.
Yeah. Wait, who's Emilio? You him?
You're Emilio.
I thought I was Emilio.
We're reenacting it. We're reenacting it. We're making fun of you. We're gonna reenact it.
Okay.
So you be Emilio. No, we're gonna make fun of you. You be Emilio.
I'm here.
Hi, my name's Albert.
No.
Yo, you suck.
That was probably.
No, yeah, I remember just walking away like. Bro,
okay,
like,
summarize the whole thing.
I remember just like, being like, I remember like I was like, this, and then I was like,
so funny story. So after,
out of it.
so funny story. So after you left, the next person that came up was Cruz.
Oh, okay.
Cruz in that time had a hairstyle that made him look like a freaking baby.
Oh, okay.
It made him look like a man child. Okay. It was like one girl. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Jimmy Neutron when I first saw him.
Oh, I remember that Cruz. Yo, I remember that Cruz. Right? Yeah. I have pictures of him like that.
He was a little bit chubbier.
Put a picture of Cruz on there.
The picture is up right now.
There's pictures of all the groups. There's pictures of all those groups taking a group photo. Yeah, and Cruz is probably in that. So if we can find it, I'll probably send it to Albert so you can edit it into the video so you know what we're talking about. Anyways, so afterwards, I was just like in my head, I was just like, who the fuck is this man child? Right? And he was like,
Neutron looking
but the funny thing is he was carrying around his guitarrón in one hand and his guitarrón case in the other. Right? So
I love Cruz.
He's so fat. In my head, I'm just like, who the fuck is this man child? Like, how old is? I was like struggling. Literally, my biggest struggle was trying to figure out how old he was because I literally could not tell. He looked 15 and 30 at the same time somehow.
Right now he does, right?
No, he still does low key because he looks young, but at the same time, it's like you're a little bit older than how you look.
So this is what kind of confirmed this age for me, right? So the reason that he was carrying his case in the other hand was because he had a freaking bottle coming out of it, and he was giving to everybody that was walking by. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, so he has to be older than me, obviously, because I was, like I said, 17, 18, so he had to be older than 21 to have that bottle. Maybe, unless he had a plug, whatever.
So I thought.
Well, yeah, so I thought that was really funny that right after, I have that awkward encounter with Albert for the first time.
You made it awkward, bro.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I'm a very awkward person.
Okay.
Well, anyway, so
you got visited by two spirits of mariachi, bro.
Yeah, no,
first
literally.
It was me, and then it was
literally, and then later on, they come back into my life, one way or another. And I remember. Oh, and the next person that came down was Chewy. So Chewy.
That's what he calls Cruz's dad.
Yeah.
Chewy? I also call him Chewy.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Chewy. I've never heard you say Chewy once.
I say Don Chewy.
Really?
Yes. I call him
Don Chewy. I just call him Cruz's dad.
You're so disrespectful.
You really are, bro.
How? Bro,
I'm just kidding.
I be kissing him on the forehead and shit.
Yo.
All right, go.
Anyways, so the next person that comes down is Don Chewy, and he has this Mexico headband around his head, and I was just like, "What is this group? Like, what am I looking at?"
Here's a picture of him.
I was just like,
he looks handsome.
So yeah, I'm just like, what is this group? Like, I'm seriously so concerned. At what I'm like witnessing right now because we have
it was just a ragtag group of
some guy trying to talk to me, a man child, and then we have this other guy that just comes down with his freaking silver teeth,
a nerd, a man child, and a nerd.
I'm like, I don't even know if I want to be part of this community right now. So I was just like, you know what, forget this. After I see all these people, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just go to the people that I know. So I went back to the group with Alvaro, and then after the next thing I know, I see the imitator of Vicente Fernandez come down, and then he wants
Alvaro.
His name is Braulio.
Oh, never mind.
He's like, anyways, so he asks us for a picture, and then everybody joins in. So we've had a group picture. So like I said, if I find it, then this will probably be edited in right now.
I'm not there, so it's not gonna be in there.
I think you are.
Oh, okay. Then
yeah, I think you're
probably gonna be there.
So anyways, so that was that day. I remember going back home.
Honestly.
Yeah, so I was just like, I was just soaking in my first gig with Alvaro, my first desfile, and it was actually.
Keep in mind, while he's like there soaking it in, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna talk to none of these boys ever again, bro.
After the desfile, we went to your planta after the desfile.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah. Tell that story because you compliment me in that story. But
yeah. Okay. When we finished, he asked some of us if we had anywhere to go. And then I had a planta after that, but it wasn't until like way later in the day. So then Alvaro was like, "Oh, let's go to this planta over in Queens." So we went to the planta after the desfile, and then it was actually I come to see, and it was the same group. Well, no, Don Chewy had left, and instead came this other guy that I'd never seen before. So this actually now I know that it was
disappeared.
No. Oh. I recently came to find out his name. It was Rodolfo.
His name is Rodolfo?
No, you dumb. He's talking about your crush, bro. Yeah. She had a crush on him when she was like this big.
Snap.
Yeah. Like legit.
I used to call him Fofofo.
Yeah, Fofofo.
The reason that we went to that planta. Actually, no, I lied. It wasn't because of, Alvaro
Why
suggested
would you
it.
lie?
I'm sorry, I won't have it again. Yeah, maybe it will. The reason that we went to the planta was because Marlo, which was one of the trumpets that played with Alvaro that day, was supposed to go to the planta with your dad that day.
Because I was wondering why would he randomly go to our planta?
That one, So Marlo was the one that took us. So then Marlo, it was your dad, you, Marlo, Cruz was there, and Rodolfo.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid group. So I remember that was the first time.
No.
I remember that was the first day that that I heard your dad sing for the first time, and he actually sang Caporal that day. And I remember it, and I was like,
that's a badass song.
To be fair, I mean, most of you don't know, but his dad is like
my dad
crazy
too.
well, yeah, their dad is a crazy fucking singer.
Mine.
Honestly, for me, here in New York, he's #1 singer in New York, literally. Like there's no comp.
And we're his children.
And these are his kids. So I don't know what went wrong, but
podcast ending.
I lied.
I'm hurt, and this is over.
I lied. She sings nice. I don't know. But
okay,
she okay. They both sing nice.
Thank
but
you.
no, but if you can play like a little clip or something. Like I said, I remember him hearing that, but one of the other things that I heard for the first time was actually Albert playing. And I remember,
and he sucked.
And I remember it stands out because of his style of play, because nobody else here in New York literally plays like him.
And the vihuela.
Yeah.
No, oh wait, I'm sorry. Can I say something? I'm not even saying this because you're my brother. Like
I don't want it. I don't want this.
I don't care. I literally don't care. But you are genuinely one of the best, if not the best, vihuelista. I don't even, never mind. Continue.
But yeah, seriously.
No, literally, he's like the best out of the best in New York, in this room right now.
One of these boys are gonna comment, a ver el cascabel solo, and it's over, bro.
No, remember what?
To be fair though, you actually improvised that solo really good.
Which one? The one where you would go ding 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 ding.
No solo, like your improv.
Okay, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
Wait, when you would go, I remember you would go ding 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 ding.
I've never done that ever.
Yes,
in my
you
life.
have.
I've never done that.
Yes, you remember.
Yeah, bro.
You're thinking of the wrong brother.
No.
Okay, wait. Just like a side note. I'm gonna say this like for real. If your measurement of how good you are on La Vihuela is the cascabel solo, you're for real a loser and weird, like for real. Okay. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Yeah. I'm leaving.
I'm gonna get shot, bro.
No, but so actually, I never told you this, and I don't know if you want to keep it in,
okay,
or not. But that day, Alvaro actually complained about your playing.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
Because he was like, because I remember I told him, I was like, yo, he plays really, really good. And he told me, he's like, yeah, he plays good. He's like, but he hits the viola too hard. He's like, he's hitting.
Well, that's the point.
Too crazy.
Well, I actually got that from Cruz's dad also.
You get that from a lot of people though.
Yeah,
Don't you get it from Huicho also?
Yeah, no, Huicho just straight up said I played bad. He was really drunk. Do you know about the story?
No, I don't know the story. I will cover that later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So okay. So my personal thing, right? Like for sones and stuff like that sounds fucking badass. Like that's the way that we actually just recently played a performance with their uncle actually for Tigres del Norte, and we opened with
Not me.
Son de la Negra.
I don't know how to play that.
Son de la Negra. And one of the things that stood out. The thing that stood out the most was La Vihuela, literally, because of how marcado it sounded. It literally sounded like a freaking recording.
Here's a video of him playing.
A little clip. There's this other video of Mariachi Cobre playing at the Disney Mariachi Festival, this popurrí of sones that they do. That we're always listening to in the car. We always like listen to songs in the car, but one of the videos that his dad likes listening to a lot, and I do too, is the popurrí of sones. And one of the things he always talks about is he always talks about how the vihuela is marcada, like how it sounds like the what'd you call it? Like the rasgueos.
Como el acento.
El acento y el mánicos, el acento. You know what we're talking about. Vihuelistas out there. So, I remember that I got sent by Miriam and by who else sent it to me? Somebody sent it to me. Mario? I think it was Mario, yeah, because we had a group chat and they sent it to the group chat. And then I was just like, holy crap! Like the viola literally sounds like amazing. And then I sent it to him because I was like, dude, like show this to your dad because this is literally what your dad is always talking about, like marcación and everything.
It's actually really funny because when he sent me that, my dad was like literally in the middle of telling me, yo, you sound good in this video. So literally dad had the video and he was telling me like, yo, like this video you sound really good.
The one with Tigres de Norte.
Yeah, on stage.
I remember
and then I got that text from him and then I was like, oh shit, look at that. I just got like
when he picked me up from school, like the day after Tigres de Norte, he was watching the clip. Oh no, he was
understand, bro.
He was talking to Tío Pepe. And he was like, ya ves, mi hijo está tocando con celebrities and everything. Y tocó bien bonito. Like, he was genuinely proud.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah,
that's kind of sweet. Also, there was this guy that didn't let you to record in the thing.
Oh my God. Yo, if you're the guy watching this, if you're the guy
No, yeah, freak that guy.
Wait, can I tell the story?
Was it the old guy?
Some other time. No, he was a younger guy. He had a shitty little camera, and he was trying to tell us.
No, wait. Okay, we'll see. We'll do this again. No. Wait.
I was like, you know what? You're just jealous because I got my homework. Anyway,
he had a camera this size, and I had a camera like this. It was the size of a gun, literally the size of a gun. Yes, yeah, that one. Never mind. But I was I looked so badass. Pero he was like. By the way, his breath smells so bad.
Okay.
His breath smells so bad, and he got so close to me. He was like, "Por favor, no puedes, por favor, no puedes grabar aquí. Dame el favor, do me the favor and everything." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And then when we were leaving, you know how the stairs were there and the balcony was there, and you could see everything while you were coming down. Los Tigres were there, and they were talking with a bunch of other fans or like the staff and stuff, and I was recording them. Like I was there for like -2 seconds, like that, like literally like that.
I have the video, yeah.
Place it in right there.
And then in the video,
he goes.
I'm gonna blur his face though, but yeah, it's just like, yo, let us vibe.
Yeah, bro. Like literally, we're not even doing anything.
No one's talking to you, like you know what I mean?
Thousands of people just finished recording them.
Yeah, like go get a toothbrush. I don't know what's talking, bro. Like for real.
No, for real, he needed a mint. His breath smelled like coffee and farts.
Okay, anyways, backtrack. Okay, anyways, still need to get to Miriam's story.
Yeah, we do. But it's okay. It's gonna be a long episode.
Yeah.
But I kind of did he elaborate after saying that basically I hit it too hard? Because I got that complaint a lot, and I'll be honest with you, I don't try to work on it.
No, I mean the thing is, I don't think you should. I think so. That's you know what's really funny. You know, it was actually
that's what I think too.
That's what I personally think. Yeah,
and it's your stuff.
Really funny.
Sorry.
Oh, and another thing, it's like not everyone is gonna like it. Like for example, Pato from Mariachi, not everybody liked him.
A duck?
But he's considered one of the best.
That's true. So
it's like, you're like
if I don't look like him by the end, like that, and a little bit bald, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay. You were asking me what, like, if he elaborated. So I think you were just basically saying that, you know, like you shouldn't have to hit the vihuela that hard and stuff like that. It was just like, I think just like weird stuff, and I was just like nodding my head, but in my head I was just like, I don't care. Like I think he sounds good, so I personally don't care. You know, it's funny because I think to Alvaro, one of his like vihuelistas that he like estima mucho is Tony, the ex. Funny, but when Tony came to New York to give a workshop, he was talking about how like he doesn't understand people that always complain about how people like hit the vihuela. Like to him personally, like he doesn't care. Like he thinks
Tony said that.
Yeah, Tony. El vihuelista Tony from ex Sol de Mexico. Yeah, Tony Zuniga said that it shouldn't matter how a vihuelista's hitting the vihuela as long as he's playing. As long as he actually sounds good, as long as he's doing that. So in my head, I was just like, you know what, this is actually really funny because, you know, you have this person over here who holds you a high esteem and you're saying this, basically contradicting what he said that day about you're playing. So right before I end this, because now we're at the point where I am now, I actually credit your dad a lot, even though he never taught me.
For what? Yeah, I don't know.
But I credit your dad a lot for how I sing now.
Oh, okay.
Because before I started working with you guys, I still was still struggling to learn, like, find my voice and find how to sing. To the point where one of the things that I mostly remember about our first practice with Herencia was Cruz telling me that I was forcing my voice too much. And I remember that, and that's always going to be stuck in my head forever. Because and I remember because he told me, he's like, tienes que cantar because él no se le ve que está forzando su voz y tú sí se te ve que estás forzando.
Okay, this is some mariachisme shit right here, right? Pero, right?
Yeah.
So Jesus,
thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus. Jesus, I'm not sure if I listen. This is coming from somebody who I know that I'm nowhere near any type of singer, right? Like I know that. Pero Jesus's voice is not in, like when I hear it,
It's not pleasing.
It's not pleasing. It's like, you know, like
get the job done. But
yeah. But it's like I don't know if I enjoy. I didn't know if I enjoyed that, right?
Personally, I think he sings okay, but just like you guys are, just like Jesus.
We need to get
I'm sorry. Personally, I think he sounds okay, but Jesus. But look, you're kind of right. Like he sings it, but there's something missing. You know,
I think
it's not even that there's something missing. It's just that something sounds wrong.
There's too much. Yeah. That's also
much.
what I think.
Really,
something's missing. I think it's just too much.
I think it's a little bit too.
Yeah.
Well, and the point that what's missing is the technique, and yeah, that's what's missing. But other than that, it's just too much.
Do you guys like him?
The technique and okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So the technique, and also kind of like the IQ of. Just
and also with vibración, Jesus, I don't really like his either.
It's because it's not vibrato. That's the thing for vibrato.
Okay, quick disclaimer: Jesus isn't the same as Chewy.
They're different.
Jesus is not Chewy.
Cruz, if you're watching this isn't your dad. This isn't your dad.
This isn't your dad.
Jesus, no.
Don't Chewy. We love you, Chewy.
If we're talking about Don Chewy, we'll refer to him as
we're talking about Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
But so back to my my closing thing. Like I was saying, I don't think even your dad knows this either because I never really told him. But the whole thing was I changed my style of singing because of him, and you know I try to kind of emulate the way that he sings because I know obviously we all can't sound the same. You know we all have different voices. We all have our own voice, so we're all gonna sound however we sound.
Miriam, how did you get into the mariachi?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
How did you get into everything?
So now the actual interesting story.
My story isn't that interesting to you guys.
If it isn't as long as mine was, I don't want
You're
it.
first generation, right?
Yeah, I am.
Do your parents know how to sing?
I didn't get these questions.
No, because I said that we were right.
We are. Wait, we didn't mention it.
Okay, I personally find this crazy because we're like, I don't even know how many generations.
We're like the fifth or fourth.
Our
great
grandparents.
Like.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're like the fourth or fifth or something generation.
Yeah, we're diluted and shit. All the talent already went away.
Yeah. We suck, bro.
Because that shit went away, bro. I don't know what happened, but over the years, you know. But
it just started deflating.
Yeah, it just like went away. But so whenever I see like first generation mariachi,
I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
What are you doing here? Like, it's kind of interesting for like, in my opinion. And so like, I was interested in about you guys like that.
Do your parents know how to sing?
Okay, so they don't. My dad, he like sentona y todo, but he's not like if he actually practiced, he'd be good at singing because he has the resonance and he's like really loud. But the thing is that he doesn't want to. I guess I don't know. My mom, she just doesn't know how to sing. Like
But you sing awesome.
So
that's
are
crazy.
they ever like, how did you, like, what happened? Like, have they ever asked you that question? Like, what happened? Like, I don't get it. Yeah.
So, I think that I can sing because of my dad. That's like what I think.
Okay.
But then also like I'm first generation mariachi, but not really music.
Oh, okay.
So from my grandma's side, her dad played trombone in Mexico.
Same with her grandpa.
Yeah, and he
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they actually know each other.
Oh.
This is like a while back. I forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that also.
Oh yeah, they're like third.
Yeah,
cousins.
I find that crazy because
recently.
We found out like 2 weeks ago.
I was thinking about I was watching another podcast and they were talking about how like if it was like if they believe in fate or if everything is kind of or if everything is just chances, right? And I personally believe like in chances or whatever, but I think it's so crazy how our we're related but like far from like like really far like time ago.
Yeah, it's like
right?
if we were like opposite sex. Okay, anyways.
What the frick? Okay, anyways.
It would be acceptable.
Anyways, like yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
if and then
it would be acceptable.
It'd be like, okay, I get it. Yeah. But damn, that kind of like
we're not encouraging what is it?
I forgot.
Incest.
Sweet home.
Okay, anyways, yeah, okay. So I believe in like little chances like that, but I like, isn't it so weird how we were related a long time ago, and then through this thing that kind of ran through our whole family, even if we didn't know it, like mariachi, we ended up like it started in Mexico, bro, and then all of a sudden like. And then all of a sudden we met here, and then we're like.
And isn't it crazy?
cousins?
You said you were at Chambelán, right? And then my dad and my brother and Leo.
Yeah, I'll send you.
You weren't there?
I'll send you the pictures so you can put it in there. So
but that's
you know what I'm
crazy. I
talking
mean,
about.
it's obviously it's not a coincidence. Because if you guys met kind of like, more than once, and then found out that you guys are cousins.
He wasn't in the group yet.
I wasn't there.
Because my grandma's father played trombone, right? And
that's crazy how they know each other.
Shut up!
So my mom.
Yo, he just talks too much, bro.
Bro, what are we doing, bro? A podcast? Like, come on, bro, we talking.
I'm gonna kick you out. Continue, man.
Actually, a little bit more.
Okay.
I call you menu.
Yo, can you let her talk, bro?
Okay, I started music when I was in like the 2nd grade. But I started in my school's chorus. No, chorus, dude. In 3rd grade, I played the flute.
Oh, okay.
The recorder. And then in 4th grade, I remember it was percussion and like guitar. And then 5th grade, it was like piano. But that's also when I started playing violin. I started playing violin in 2010, also just like him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, same year?
Yo, meant to
this
be, bro.
kind of weird, bro.
Okay, but I was like.
Always copying me, bro.
Low key.
Yo,
I didn't want to say.
You just got the sweater. I got the same sweater.
That's crazy.
I got it first.
We're talking about Miriam.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Come, you know that someone like, come to my house, come in.
You too.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Yeah, okay.
Borat?
Okay, Miriam, continue.
So I started playing violin in the 5th grade, but I started in my school, and I'm not like, okay, so my music teacher, she wasn't the best violinist.
Bish. Sorry.
She kind of sucked, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But she was like really
in the
great.
school, you said?
Yeah.
So there were better ones in the school.
What do you mean?
She wasn't the best violinist in the school.
Yeah.
So there were better violinists in the school?
No, I'm saying like she wasn't in my school. Like, cause forget what I said. She just wasn't a really great like.
Okay,
violin teacher, but she was really nice.
What if she sees this?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Wait, you
No,
Damn, you both don't believe in us.
You're a little bit.
No, she knows that I love her because she's actually one of like the first people that kind of encouraged me to sing. That's when I was like in the 3rd grade, whatever. So I, like the first song I ever sang in public was De Colores, and it was at her concert because she had like a spring and winter concert, and she asked me, so I was like, okay, I'll do it, because I was like the only one that spoke Spanish. But then she was like, oh, you sing pretty good. Like she was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to sing. Okay, anyways, so then
she was like, oh,
then she was like, you're really good. I was like,
that's crazy.
And in 5th grade.
It'd be your own. For real.
My mom liked music, and she wanted me to learn mariachi music, right? If you could bleep out the name, I'd appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my mom, from my aunt, she found number.
Oh, wow.
Like his school or whatever.
Everything's connected, bro. That's great.
It all makes
my mom
sense.
called, and she was like, oh, I want to, like put my daughter in music, and also my other cousin, she wanted to be in music. She plays guitar and like guitarra and trumpet. Yeah, so she wanted to be in it too. And so we went, but they charged us like $500.
Oh.
Yeah, or like
for a class.
For a school year?
Yeah, for a year. It was like $500.
That's OD.
Yeah.
And what was bad about it is that I didn't learn anything there.
Yeah,
like,
that's what those schools are. Yeah.
And
no, I mean they are like that.
He was never there. Was my teacher, and he was never there. And if he did go, he would come late, or he would come like kind of drunk or like crudo.
Oh my god.
That's no good.
He'd be on his phone just like texting, and I'll be like playing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and just with his fingers, he's like okay, but he's like on his phone.
But like the thing about those schools, like you're right, you don't learn anything, and I'll be honest, I went to teach once con Bimpin, right? Vihuela. So he has like a little school like that. It's a lot smaller.
I went to his school too.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yeah, we'll get that in a bit. So I went there to teach a little bit, and it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's an impossible task. I would go, and I remember he was like, oh, teach them, what is that name? No, not las chuchita, right? And it's teach them that, right? But I was like, okay, but first they have to know like las primeras, segundas, terceras, right? But and then like you know what I mean? So and then I would try to introduce them with the primeras, segundas, terceras, or also like círculos and shit like that. And it's like that just can't. It's not like that. You can't do it. It's like it's an uphill battle that you will not win. Yeah. So I also went to a school like that, and it was horrible. I didn't learn anything. But at the same time, getting that experience of trying to teach this impossible like lesson, I'm like, okay, no, I get it. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, continue.
You called and my grandma answered.
She answered. And then my mom asked, like, I was just wondering about the school because I want my daughter to, like, play. And then your grandma, she was like, she's like, yeah, it's my son's school and blah, blah. She started talking about him. And then your grandma was, like, talking to my mom for, like, hours.
Yeah, my grandma was obsessed with.
She was, like, telling her life story and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then she asked my mom, like, where are you from? And my mom was like, I'm from Puebla. And, like, what part? It's, like, San Francisco, from Cuapa and stuff. And your grandma's like, I know that place, blah, blah. She's like, my husband... Oh, no, actually, that's further in the future. She's like, yeah, I know that place. He's like, I have, she said it was her daughter, but then we found out that it's not her, like, actual daughter. It was, I think, like, her nuera or something like that. I can't remember. Okay. Or something. But the thing is that your grandma's nuera, she was my grandma's aunt. So, yeah.
So we're also related, weirdly?
No, we're not related, because...
Yeah, okay.
We're not related, because, like the nuera, it was the only like it was.
Hold up, wait, I'm sorry, Emilio. Why are you related to us?
Oh, your grandpa comes